Hello, my name is Lola. I'm going to be reacting to the Bill and Ted movies by Nostalgia Critic. I love the Bill and Ted movies. When I was a kid, I liked the first one. The second one, I didn't like so much. But as I got older and I finally got around to watching it, now I like the second one more than the first one because it's more just insane and crazy. And I also like the third movie too. I thought the third movie was okay. That was alright. But honestly, yeah, I prefer the second one because of how insane and just like crazy it is, man. And I can't wait to see uh, Doug's review of it. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. I just do this for fun. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash, the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Well, I don't know about you, but I am mad excited for the third Bill and Ted movie, Bill and Ted Face the Music. With almost 30 years since the last movie was made, there's nothing cooler than seeing the original cast come back and reprise their roles in a completely unnecessary sequel to an already completely unnecessary sequel.
Can't believe it's been that long,
in honor
man.
of this film being released, we're gonna look at the original...
Malcolm.
Hello, Critic.
My god, are you some sort of zany person based on the concept that ties into this review?
No, it's me, Malcolm.
Oh.
From the future!
I've come to warn you that Bill and Ted Face the Music is terrible.
Oh,
No,
no,
it's not.
it is?
Yes, it sucks ass.
Like, how much ass?
A lot of ass.
Whoa, that's more than I was expecting.
It's one of the worst sequels ever made.
Oh.
Not even worth looking at.
Oh man, that's such a shame. The other films were so unique. Written by
Especially
Ed
the
Sullivan
second
and Chris
one.
Matheson, two writers who have found success in their own right, for the most part, the Bill and Ted movies take what should be standard teen comedies and turns them into something truly bizarre, original, and sure, kinda dumb. Yeah, these aren't exactly high works of art, but it's hard to find another series of movies quite like them. I know that sounds odd as they just look like forgettable products of their time, but the story of each one strangely stands out when you ask, why the hell were so many of these choices made? They turn what should be embarrassing projects for big names like Keanu Reeves and George Carlin into cult favorites that are still being celebrated years later, warts and all.
Yes, but the third one sucks, so there's no point in looking them over.
Well, no, if anything, it makes even more sense to watch them again.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot you can learn from both the good and the bad, so we'll look over what worked in these films, what didn't, and maybe how they'll tie into the third one.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
But did you not want me to review them, or?
No, you do you. I'm just Malcolm from the future. What do I know?
Well, I'd imagine a lot you're from the future.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I am.
In fact, with everything going on, that's what you come back in time for?
Look, I gotta
I know,
go
right?
because I'm running late for some future stuff.
How can you be late with a time machine?
That is a question. Bye.
That completely not suspicious lead-in. Let's take a look at the Bill and Ted movies. The first film, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, premiering in 1989, was directed by Stephen Herrick, director of maybe the most random movies to have almost no connection in style or tone. But you could argue that's a good thing. As a film like this, you would imagine opening with our leads acting stupid and the credits being tucked in the corner as they make jokes. But no, this is pretty stylized and honestly kinda cool. With the Lawnmower Man schlong penetrating Zombie's box while a fun but strange song by a band called Big Pig plays.
I love this song.
How can anyone at least not muster a... Go on? We're introduced to Rufus, played by George Carlin, who is taking this role far more seriously than he needs to.
Hi. Welcome to the future. San Dimas, California, 2688.
There is literally nothing left. Are you really surprised?
No, not really.
He explains the future has reached perfection because it's based on the music of two Valley boys, Bill and Ted.
If I should fail to keep these two on the correct path, the basis of our society will be in danger. Don't worry, it'll all make sense.
That was a lie. We see Bill and Ted, played by Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, are about to fail history if they don't ace their final report. You can see why.
What have you learned?
Great leaders such as Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, and Socratic method, the world is full of history.
It's funny how you have to be bizarrely smart to write entertainingly dumb sometimes. Ted is told if he fails, he has to go to military school. So the leaders in the future, literally credited as the three most important people in the world, send Rufus back to help them.
Party on, dude.
I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but I think Blade 4 is looking great. Yeah, a few people know this was actually the late 80s, early 90s American adaptation of Doctor Who. Look at the other adaptations of that time and tell me I'm wrong! They're picked up by Bill's mom, who by far is the subject of the best jokes in this movie.
Stepmoms.
Shut up, Ted.
Ted. Remember when I asked her to
Shut
the
up,
prom?
Ted.
Shut up, Ted! Remember when she was a senior and we were freshmen? Shut up, Ted!
Hey, remember when you got your mom pregnant? Shut up, Ted! Who's nice enough to make him burn sandwiches while they study.
Why don't you guys take a dinner break?
I take it back. This might be the 90s adaptation of Chinatown.
It's your mom, dude.
Rufus arrives, and in a very
stepmom.
clever bit of writing, the Bill and Ted that just went on the excellent adventure travel back and tell them what a great time they're about to have.
Dudes, you guys are gonna go back in time.
Yeah! You are going to have the most excellent adventure through history.
You're also in something called the Hendrix? Dude, it was the makeshift. Ah!
Matrix.
We told ourselves to listen to this guy.
What if we were lying?
Why would we lie to ourselves?
Dude, we're not trying to pass philosophy, we're trying to pass history. Rufus takes them back to when stock footage roamed the earth, and they accidentally grab Napoleon and bring him with.
Deacon, you have to watch this guy. His name is Napoleon.
Okay, so I know there's always a paradox that doesn't add up in time travel movies, and for the most part this works very cleverly with them, but there's one element that straight up makes no sense.
No matter what you do, no matter where you go, that clock, the clock in San Dimas, is always running.
Why? Time is time. What does one clock suddenly matter more than the other? I mean, story-wise, I get it. It keeps things moving, but how the hell is there one continuing timeline when the idea is you can travel to any point in time?
If you travel to the past, that past...
Oh, Christ, I'll buy it. Just don't show me the explanation from Endgame again. Let's take a moment to appreciate how amazingly convincing that Rufus stand-in is. He does come from the Scorsese action figure behind Glass Collection.
Let's reach out and touch
Why would they make that?
They travel to the Old West where they come across Billy the Kid.
Here's the deal. What I win, I keep.
This is the only actor I feel is taking this role with the amount of respect most people would give it. That is to say, not a ton.
I'd like you all to put your hands together.
Now, don't get me wrong, he's not bad. He's just playing it like, oh, okay, two time-traveling teens and I'm Billy the Kid? Okay, sure, varmint.
Are you cheating us, kid?
Cheating? Me?
He gives the performance you, I, or most people would give in this setup. Whereas later, after they escape the barroom brawl, dude, somebody totally took a shit in here. You'll find everyone else almost fascinatingly goes above and beyond with their portrayals. Socrates, or Socrates as they call him, is 100% in every moment. I am totally convinced this dude believes he's Socrates.
Let's get out of here, dude.
I never got why Terrence Stamp left this off his resume. He should be proud of it. Even when they travel to the 15th century and everyone's dressed like Robin Hood men in tights. The majority of actors take their roles pretty seriously. Well, most of them. This guy could have used better direction. Okay, so enter like a frog wearing a diaper filled with diarrhea and you can't let any of it spill. Genius! Actually, this is the only scene that kind of drags a bit. They talk with two princesses, they dress up as knights, they get captured, nearly executed, and all after an earlier death fake-out with Ted.
Ted. Don't be dead, dude.
I wonder how you came back to tell us to go on this adventure in the first place. Ted, you're Jesus!
Whoa.
That's awesome.
You're alive! Yeah! I fell out of my suit when I hit the floor.
Then I put the suit back together at the bottom of the stairs for no particular reason. Then I found a hiding place all in the span of 7 seconds. But how? Time travel! Oh yeah! This joke will never age.
Oh no.
Stated slang for homosexual that will result in this video getting demonetized if we played it.
It's a good thing they did not put that in the new movie. Ugh.
Billy and Socrates help them escape, and they scramble to find a timeline to flee to.
So fast, dude! Bill!
My face is becoming a meme!
Awesome.
Wow, check out the 80s clothes, music, and decor. This must be the future! Shit, what am I talking about? It practically is.
It's you.
Who are we?
And this is where you realize a lot of the comedy for this movie comes from how seriously it takes certain scenes. People come out and do air guitar to slow, peaceful music, almost as if the film believes a utopian world based on these two is a legit, beautiful idea. I don't think that's what the writers seriously think, but it is funny to imagine a world where this is possible, and taken totally seriously. It'd be so easy to have everyone act like an airhead, like an idiocracy or something. And while that idea works there, this has kind of a gentle nature to it. It's funny because of how grandly innocent it is. It's also humorous how many of these extras have a look like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever been in. This is going to bomb hard, and thank God, because no one will see me in it.
We take you with us, but it's a history report, not a future report.
Back in the present, Napoleon has been dropped off with Ted's brother, who has no idea what to do with him, so they just take him to random places.
Oh, behold! He ate the pig.
Ziggy piggy, ziggy piggy.
And yet Chuck E. Cheese files for bankruptcy. What is world? They ditch him after he attempts to cheat at bowling, subtitling every swear word. I feel like their version of Napoleon is just a more vulgar interpretation of a Bugs Bunny cartoon. And Bill and Ted continue to collect historical figures. They nab Joan of Arc, Sigmund Freud, Beethoven, Genghis Khan, and even Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, what can...
Well, now we know what the third film will be about. After dialing the wrong number, resulting in the conversation they had before, they land back at Bill's house coming up with the funniest fake names for their historical friends.
Dave Beethoven, Bob Genghis Khan, Socrates Johnson, Dennis Frood, and Abraham Lincoln.
Well, at least 5 bands have been named on Facebook. But they have to do their chores first. Whoa.
I love that joke that they didn't give up. They didn't come up with a name for Abraham Lincoln. Just here's Abraham Lincoln. Just
zany. And they leave the historical figures at the mall while they pick up Napoleon.
Do you realize you have stranded one of Europe's greatest leaders in San Dimas?
He was a dick.
They discover he went to a water park called Waterloo because of course he did. And I'll just say it, seeing Napoleon enjoy the hell out of water slides, it's kind of my everything. This isn't surprising, it seems the best times of his life usually involve water. They pick him up, but unsurprisingly, the rest of the gang go exploring in the mall and get into trouble.
You a musician? Try this.
Well, I can't hear any of that. I'll just assume it's amazing. Again, these actors' commitment to these roles are above and beyond what a Bill and Ted movie require.
I'm Dr. Freud, but you may call me Siki.
Oh my god.
There's some real good jokes here. Sigmund Freud striking out with the ladies while holding a corn dog, Joan of Arc leading an army of exercisers, Genghis Khan in front of this sign, what the balls, and all of them getting arrested by Ted's father.
We get your dad's keys?
could steal them, but he lost them 2 days ago.
In another bit of clever writing, Bill and Ted break them out, leaving the cell keys and other helpful objects by traveling back in time after the show.
Hey, it was me who stole my dad's keys.
Again, it's very clever, but I never got this.
Remember a trash can?
Trash can, what are you talking about?
Yeah, get this thing off me, Ted.
Was Ted of the future hanging on the ceiling waiting to drop that?
Maybe.
Dude, I got bitten by a spider after I passed.
They get to the school and, naturally, without any preparation whatsoever, they put on a grand show for their report. Complete with stage lighting, choreography, guns in school when that was seen as a funny thing, even pudding for the audience. Somebody wrote that.
We love San Dimas.
Woo! Socrates is awesome!
Mr. Abraham Lincoln.
This is my favorite part of the movie.
I love this one guy who's like, meh, Lincoln's okay.
Your forefathers were brought forth upon a most excellent adventure.
Let's be honest, this film would feel naked if it didn't end with Abraham saying this.
Party on, dudes!
Oh, that's really gonna slay them at the theater tonight! They finish their adventure that'd be over in minutes if the internet existed, and Rufus even brings them the princesses they fell in love with.
This looks kind of awkward.
Did agree and weren't kidnapped, right? That had a troubling mail-order bride vibe to it.
Let's jam!
They recruit them as band members and then finally decide to learn how to play.
They do get better.
They get their own cereal where you can win a phone booth. It's a lot you can do with that! At a time when many teen comedies focused on taking the wrong moments seriously and the lighter moments too goofy, this film did the exact opposite. It glossed over the moments we've seen done a million times and focused on other moments that many films would barely look at. It makes it strange, but also charming, resulting in a box office hit. It led to merchandise, an animated TV show, and naturally, a sequel.
Of course. Tamra.
Hello, Critic.
Hey, Tamra.
Tamra? Who's Tamra? I'm Kelly from the future, year 3000, and...
Just tell me what you want.
Well, I've come to warn you that Bill and Ted Face the Music is completely adequate.
What?
Yeah, it's okay.
But I just heard it was awful.
No, it's fine. Not even worth checking out. It's so okay.
Alright, I'll probably still take a look.
Damn it.
What?
I mean, nothing.
You mean nothing?
Yes, I mean nothing. I'm Tamra, and I'm quirky like that.
I thought you said you weren't Tamra.
I thought that you said that you weren't Tamra.
Did I?
Well, if you don't remember, I'm not going to tell you.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. I'm Malcolm. That's just how I act.
That I know is not true. He wears different dresses than that.
Gotta go.
I ask what's going on, but I'm afraid I get answers. What's up? It's Uncle Sam. I'm here to tell you about DoorDash. I know what you're thinking. Really, Sam? You're doing the pointy thing for this? Yes, I am. Because you know what? You need to continue to support the restaurants in your community safely.
Yeah.
Because there are thousands of restaurants open for delivery.
And let me tell you something. If you have not seen the second Bill and Ted movie, it is insane and totally worth watching. It's crazy, and I love it. I love it.
So if you were told there was a Bill and Ted sequel coming out in 1991, what would you think it's about? Well, given the landscape of most sequels at the time, the exact same thing.
Yeah,
oh
you would
no,
think.
they have to pass English Lit, so they time travel to visit all the great authors, some shit like that, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Try Bill and
but
Ted
nope.
are murdered by robot versions of themselves, roam the earth as ghosts, travel to heaven, are banished to hell,
Yeah.
fight the Grim Reaper, and get revenge by having dead alien scientists build new robot versions of them to defeat the old robot versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
What? The scientifically proven fuck. This is one of the most original sequels ever written,
Yeah.
with the writers and actors returning to continue the story, and the director's chair falling to Peter Hewitt, who before having to make some less than stellar family films, made some pretty twisted and bizarre projects. When I first saw it as a kid, I didn't like it, because it
Oh,
was
me too.
such a darker tone for such a lighthearted series.
Now I
but
love
as
it.
an adult, I
Yeah.
truly admire how batshit insane it is and how absolutely none of it is a repeat of the first. But is it still dumb? Oh, sweet Jesus, yes. But is it the right kind of dumb?
Let's see.
Let's take a look. The film opens in the future where a revolutionary named Dynamos, played by Josh Ackland, plans to overthrow the world ruled by Bill and Ted's music, and after seeing this place, can you really blame him? Everyone
God.
looks like Splatoon characters farted out by trolls.
Say hello to an old friend, Thomas Edison, Johann Sebastian Bach, and Sir James Martin of Faith No More.
And like that, Cameo.com was born. But Dynamos attacks. God, even his henchmen look like papier-mâché hamburglers. And he reveals his secret weapons.
How's it going, dudes?
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
You hear that? It's the pants of every child watching this instantly exploding with shit. 6 minutes in and children are asking, can we put on Tremors to calm down?
Get the village!
Yeah, as a kid, that part scared the hell out of me. It made me want to turn off the movie. As a kid, it scared the hell out of me. Like, oh my God.
They travel back in time with Rufus following them. Meanwhile, the real Bill and Ted are practicing for the Battle of the Bands hosted by Pam Grier? Don't worry, she seems as puzzled to why she's here as you are.
Guys, do yourself a favor. Prepare a little.
Here's a bit of random. Despite Grier having the majority of dialogue in this scene, we hold on Bill and Ted's reaction for an awkward amount of time. And I have no idea why.
Guys, the point is the
I think I know
is
why.
the biggest event for new groups in the... I mean, you can't sing. I mean, the girls, they can play, but you guys... We're talking about a $25,000 first prize, a 2-year record deal, and we've got live coverage on Channel 12. Now, if you were me, would you put you guys on?
By the way, I don't think you should have the editor of 1917 work with you anymore. In one of the meaner scenes of the film, that's saying a lot, seeing how there's both murder and hell in this movie, Bill's stepmom dumps his father and shacks up with Ted's dad. There is no reason for it. It is entirely pointless cruelty.
Your dad looks bad. I know.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, in the third movie, she leaves Ted's dad to hook up and get married to Ted's little brother. Like, what? I did not see that coming. That's like in the first, like 5-10 minutes of the movie. It's their wedding. Like, what?
No.
That's crazy.
Jesus, when Alien 3 feels like the upper sequel. Bill and Ted propose to the princesses. It's cool, they bought the expensive Cracker Jacks to find those. But evil Bill and Ted land and pretend to be their fiancés dumping them, literally a few minutes after they proposed.
We think you're losers, and we never want to see you again.
No way.
We're going to the desert to be alone.
As girls do. Evil Bill and Ted drop by, convincing them that they're themselves from the future.
Ted, if you're really me, how many fingers am I about to hold up? 3. Whoa!
Joke 53, that's too stupid to laugh at, yet you are.
Yeah.
They take them to the middle of the desert and reveal their evil intentions, despite the timing on their split-screen conversation being a little off.
So, we're Joanna and Elizabeth.
Sorry, I just found their names interruptingly funny. They drag them to the top of a cliff, literally recreating the shot of a Star Trek episode they were watching earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? And,
why?
Well, if an old joke's not dated.
We love you. We love you.
Oh.
I direct you to the previous joke made in this voice, and cancel Bill and Ted, I guess.
They kill them off, and their ghost selves are greeted by the Grim Reaper, played by William Sadler. He's hands down the best thing in this movie, donning an over-the-top
And I was so happy that he showed up in the third movie.
Swedish accent, because, you know, Bill and Ted fans love the Seventh Seal.
You may challenge me to a contest.
What if we win?
No one has ever won.
Odd that a Tales from the Crypt movie would be his subtle performance. Bill and Ted try to figure out how to trick him.
Melvin.
Okay, so I made a really bad sketch in the early days.
Your shoes are untied.
Oh.
I'm a wedgie.
Still less painful than my old sketch. They have to figure out a way to come back to life, so they try to possess Ted's dad. Kinda love a film that has a dare sticker even when your young leads are clearly drinking alcohol.
Everybody.
This is my favorite part of the second movie, by the way.
You totally did it, dude. I totally possessed my dad.
Just remember, for all the people doing Keanu Reeves impersonations, this 50-year-old man was doing it first.
And most importantly, they don't hurt the babes.
And the same way Napoleon on water slides seems so energetically awkward it was adorable, the same can be said for these guys imitating teens half their age.
I totally believe you, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa, donuts!
I want to marry this scene.
Whoa, excellent!
Savory cruller!
It's like they're trying to start their own Whose Line Is It Anyway, but they each smoked a brick before performing.
I don't think they believe us.
Catch you later, cop dudes!
Oh yeah, catch you later.
They leave their bodies and try communicating with Bill's mom, who's performing a seance. She confuses them for evil spirits, though, and banishes them to where all evil spirits go.
To hell.
Who's that? Ted. Who do you think it is, dude?
The rumor is Tim Curry was supposed to play that devil as well, but the script wasn't weird enough.
Really?
He banishes them to their own personal hells, which are visually quite imaginative. One is they're both in military school. Another is the Easter Bunny punishes Ted for stealing his brother's candy.
You stole Deacon's Easter basket.
And the other is Bill has to kiss his grandma on her birthday. It doesn't sound bad, which I think comedically is the idea, but look at this imagery.
Happy birthday to you. How about a kiss?
Would you ever guess this is a Bill and Ted movie?
Nope, I would not.
It's like Guillermo del Toro directing a Nick Jr. show. How can you not laugh at how terrifying this all is? Next you'll be telling me they're giving the same treatment to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. They escape for a second.
And plus, the person under all that makeup playing as Bill's grandma is actually Alex Winters, the actor who plays Bill. That's him under all that makeup.
Second, but find they're cornered everywhere they turn. Oh my god! This would be a great time to remind you to watch Bill and Ted's animated series every Saturday morning. Kid-friendly entertainment for the entire family. Back to your Bill and Ted adventure. They decide the only way out is to challenge the Reaper. He tells them to pick the game of their choice, so, of course, they pick the most childish of games.
Battle
3.
Miss.
Still a more faithful portrayal than the actual movie. As if that wasn't funny enough, they end up winning. Yeah, they beat Death, the guy who has never lost a game at Battleship.
You have sunk my battleship.
Excellent!
As if that wasn't funny enough, Death is a sore loser.
You must play me again.
What?
Best 2 out of 3.
As if that wasn't funny enough, he's so immature he plays ridiculous game after ridiculous game and loses every single one of them.
Best 3 out of 5.
I don't believe this guy.
I'm not sure if the idea is he's never played these games so he's inexperienced, or if he's played them before he's just having incredible bad luck. Either way, it's the funniest moment in the movie.
Best of 7?
Damn right!
He finally agrees to take them back, but they realize they have no way to defeat the evil robots. So they use Death to sneak him into heaven to ask the High and Mighty One himself. They walk into a gosh darn it they tried map painting and mug people in heaven to get past the guards. What's even crazier is when they're asked what the meaning of life is, they quote a Poison song.
What is the meaning of life?
Every rose
has its thorn.
Has its thorn.
What's even crazier is that happens to be the right answer. Oh, who am I kidding? A Poison song's the right answer to anything.
I'm Bill S. Preston. I'm Ted Theodore Logan. Wild Stallions!
Yeah.
They ask God for help, and he directs them towards the smartest minds in the universe, who happen to not be human.
Did you assume that the most brilliant scientist in the entire universe would be from Earth?
The way things are going, not really. The scientists agreed to help them as back on Earth, Evil Bill and Evil Ted have fun giving the worst effects of the film.
Let me try.
Whoa, I'm having a blast. Now I'm disinterested. This is awesome, dude. Disinterested again. I will remain bored unless I am in close-up.
With total headbands.
Bill and Ted are brought back to life, and the scientists help build other robot versions of themselves to fight at the Battle of the Bands.
Catch you later, Bill and Ted. Catch you later, Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted win Robotity.
But Denomalos interrupts, sends out a signal to the entire world, including Death when he was alive, and broadcasts his victory.
After we get away from this guy, we use the booth. We time travel back to before the concert and set up the things we need to get him now.
They do exactly that, but he points out he can go back in time and do the same thing. But Bill and Ted defeat him because they wanted it more?
Only the winners are gonna be able to go back and set things up. Yeah, and that's gonna be us, dude.
Most anticlimactic!
Excuse me? Your shoelace is untied.
How do we keep falling for this when neither of us have shoelaces?
Who was that guy?
I can answer that question, gentlemen.
But wait, as if things couldn't get any more insane.
Rufus!
Oh my god!
Would anyone else have let you
Yeah,
in
because
this
why not,
contest?
huh?
Now we just have to wait for George Carlin's ghost to do a tweet.
I apologize for doing black fat. Oh, wait, you mean in the Bill and Ted movie? That doesn't count, Christ. I beat Death at air hockey for this. Oh my god.
Bill and Ted remember they still can't play, so they spend months learning and travel back in time to perform.
I want to introduce you to a little friend of mine. This is Little Ted.
Aww.
This is Little Bill.
Aww.
God help you if that's not their daughter's names in the third one. Alright, that kind of works. They put on the best concert since Vanilla Ice sang Go Ninja Go.
You might be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you dance with the Reaper. Get down with your bedside.
I'd still listen to him over Creed. And the credits roll as their music begins to change the world. Literally, every time they play somewhere, something gets better for society. Man, I can't wait for this to be a headline someday. And that was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It was a massively okay success.
Aww.
Though not the hit the first one was, it did turn in a decent profit. Even launched a comic series that I read when I was younger and remember being pretty funny. The film has more clumsy moments compared to the first, but the story and visuals are so imaginative, I think they're worth overlooking. It has its slip-ups, but it delivers on the goods. The surreal, terrifying, but ultimately entertaining goods. Even the small moments that don't work still kinda do just for how odd they are. It's a ton of enjoyable, but strange fun, to say the least.
Like, now what? Yeah, what the?
Is that young Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, I'm here to tell you that Bill and Ted Face the Music is amazing.
Really? It's so weird, I've heard so many conflicting things about it.
Dude, it's one of the best things I've ever been in. So, you know, you don't have to see it anymore.
What?
Well, I said it was awesome, so what's the point in watching?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
In fact, how did young you see it in the future?
The Matrix?
Okay, seriously, what's going on?
Now who else?
Yeah, what is going on?
Wait, is that current Keanu Reeves?
No, he's like an imposter.
Okay, what is this? Nothing is making sense.
Why don't you tell him, young me?
Death? What?
Death? You've been behind this the whole time? Yes. But why?
He's been trying to kill my career for years.
No way!
Yes way. For decades I've been trying to sabotage his movies. Johnny Mnemonic, he survived. Dracula, nobody remembers he's in it. The Matrix sequel, suddenly people want more.
Well, you came pretty close with Constantine.
People like that now.
No. Was Shia LaBeouf?
I don't get it either.
But why did you want to destroy his
Yeah, I like Constantine. So what?
career?
Because he was balling! He was so balling! Everybody's like, oh look, he doesn't move his face, he must be a great actor. No, that's bad! That's bad acting! It's almost as bad as my Swedish accent. So I tried to kill his credibility wherever I could. He wasn't much ado about nothing, for Christ's sake!
Oh, but then...
Yes, he got a sense of humor.
That's right, now I'm John Wick, Duke Kaboom, and countless other hilarious cameos.
I was hoping if people would stop seeing how entertaining he could be, his career would wither and die.
So he's been trying to stop any attention given to the Bill and Ted movies.
Oh, well, I don't even think death can stop something so strange. Whether the new movie is great, awful, or somewhere in between, it'll be an interesting addition because its predecessors are already so unique. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequels. On their own, they'd just be lame movies, but following the other films, their mere existence makes them intriguing. Whatever note it ends on is going to be fascinating because the previous films went in such a strange direction. There's truly nothing quite like them. Even as kinda dumb teen movies go, these will always stand out.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry I tried to destroy your career, Mr. Reeves.
Just answer me this. Did you think I was going to be in Speed 2?
Yes.
That's why I bombed so hard.
Well, come what may, you both made some very original films, and they're not going to be forgotten anytime soon.
You know I was in the Bergman movie, right?
Yeah, but nobody remembers that crap.
Jesus!
I'm the nostalgia critic guy, remember it? So you don't have
It's only praised as one of the best movies of all time. Stop it! It was never funny.
Ziggy Piggy, Ziggy Piggy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Bill and Ted movies, yeah, they're really good. Yeah, like I said, like the first one, I loved it as a kid. Second one, when it got to that part of the robots, like, you know, tearing off their faces, I was like, oh my god, like that's terrifying. Like man, turn this off. I want this off my TV. But now growing up, and when I watched it, I loved it. I loved it better than the first movie because of how insane and just like crazy and off the wall it was. Like, man, it was just insane. And the third one, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was okay. I've seen some people that felt the same way. Like they loved it. Some people hated it. Some people were like in between. Like, oh, I liked it, but I didn't like this and that. You know. I mean, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, you know? It's like, what can you do? Anyway, that's my reaction to the Bill and Ted movies by Nostalgia Critic. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.